Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Morgan from My Little Homeschool in the Woods. Today I'm going to be sharing my thoughts on the transportation unit from Gather Round. So stay tuned. Alright, so what did we think about transportation? First of all, I think I will start with what we liked about it. The one thing, well, the main thing that I enjoyed about it was the teacher's guide. The way it is written is a lot different than like the year 1 units. This is a year 2 unit, so it's written in a more engaging way than just basically just a bunch of facts being read to the children. It's actually engaging them and things like that. So that was the number one thing that I really liked about the transportation unit. Another thing I really liked, because before this unit, we had only done the year 1 units, so we got to see the seat work for the first time because that's not in the year 1 units. So the seat work is like your copy work, your spelling words, and there's calendar work and things like that. It's all like you have it for each day to practice on. So I really did enjoy that they had that. The only issue we had was with it was it's in the front of the book, and so I would have to be really good about telling the kids, okay, we got to go do our seat work, like our copy work, and work on our spelling words, because it's easy to forget. At least for me, it was easy for me to forget to actually go back and do those things because they weren't just incorporated into the student notebooks like all the other things. So yeah, but I do love that they include spelling lists and stuff like that, because that is just less work that I have to do, because you know, I don't want to have to go and find spelling lists for the kids for their specific ages online, which I could, but I'm so glad that they are doing it in the units now. So that's just less work for me. Another thing that I really like is in the transportation units, there is a lot of optional, if I can find it, like science experiments and activities. This one? Yeah, so all of it is optional though, so it's not something that you have to do with the unit, but I like that they include it because if we do have time, I do like to try to add in some of those activities for the kids. A lot of times we will skip it because of time, but there is days where we have more time, so we go ahead and we do those activities, and the kids really do enjoy it. So that's another thing I like. Okay, another thing is the narration questions, like your review questions that they have incorporated into these year 2 units. At least for this one. I don't know if the other ones have it or not. I haven't looked. But I know that this one did, and I really did like that because it did help me gauge what the kids actually did remember from the unit, which I'm not super strict about doing testing and things like that with the kids, but I do like to just ask them some questions here and there. And I did that anyway before this, but this just made it so much easier for me to just, you know, ask them these questions when they had them here periodically throughout the unit. So yeah, I really love the review questions. Alright, so another great thing about the year 2 units is they do, I don't know if you can see that, same page alert. I really like that they added that because I like to do the page together. That way I'm not having to read things over and over to the children when they're on different pages. So sometimes when, like, my oldest would finish a page and I saw that the next page was going to be a same page alert, I would make her wait and then we would do it together, and so it was just better that way. Unless of course sometimes she would just go ahead and do it without me, and that's fine. But I do like that they show you this, everybody's going to have the same page, so that was very helpful. Alright, so some things that I didn't like about the transportation unit. First of all, I would never have picked transportation just because of the topic is not very interesting to me, but I had 3 children who wanted to do the transportation unit, so that's why we went with it. which when we got into it, the girls were more of like, eh, and the boys did enjoy it more because it is just their thing. You know, they were learning about these giant vehicles, the supercars, and just, you know, and that's just their thing. They're boys. So the girls were just more like, okay, when is this going to end? Which is how I felt. I felt like this unit did take us forever. But that could be because I was breaking it up with some history too, and then, you know, the topic is just not my thing. So it just depends on the person. That is just preference. I would never pick transportation. So, okay, so another con, at least for me, a lot of people wouldn't see this as a negative thing, but just coming from the year 1 units, the workload is a lot bigger in these books, which for your older kids is fine, but for the younger kids it was a struggle sometimes to get everything done because they don't have the attention span for it, and it's just, I think a lot of it was just they're not used to so much work because of the year 1 units like North America. You know, we were done a lot sooner than we were with the transportation unit, so it did, you know, take some getting used to of doing more work for the kids. So that is another con. At least for me it was, because I just like the simplicity of like the year 1, which I know a lot of it's optional. You can skip it if you want, so, but I hate to skip over the things sometimes unless it was like a project we didn't have time for. But yeah, so that was another thing. Alright, so my final thoughts on the transportation unit are, wasn't crazy about the topic, but the kids did learn a lot, and you know, they had fun doing their writing project, and it was just, I don't know, it depends on your kids. Like, my boys did enjoy it more than the girls, so if you have like a bunch of boys, this might be the thing for you. So, you know, just keep that in mind. The kids did pick this, except for my oldest, which she was not interested at all. Kind of like me, didn't want to do transportation, but you know, we got through it, and you know, they still think that they did learn a lot of interesting facts that we would never have learned otherwise. So, you know, it really just depends on you. But that all being said, I am glad this one's done. But I was so excited to move into something else. We are moving into oceans, and we've gotten 1 week down so far, and it's just been nice to move into something else. So yeah. But anyway, that is my quick review of the transportation unit. Things I liked, things I didn't, and I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please be sure to give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't. And I'll see you guys in the next one.